and welcome. This is the Comic Art Masterclass for the London Borough of Waltham Forest Holiday Activity Programme. Hello Waltham Forest, you probably never say, look at me, I'm in Waltham Forest, but you are. Look out the window, look at all the trees, that's Waltham Forest, yes. Oh, I do envy people who live in a forest. Do you have Ewoks? Have you got Ewoks? All the best forests have got Ewoks. Anyway, hello and welcome, this is live. This is actually live and happening now. Yeah. Oh, you don't believe me? Try pausing it. Try pausing it. You see, that was a fault with your computer. It's real life, actually happening now. Look at the time, look at the time. What time is it? That's right, that's exactly the same as the time it says on my watch. See, so for the next half an hour, we're going to be learning how to do what it is I do. What is it I do, you say, Waltham Forest? A good question. What I do is I write and draw comics. Name me a comic book or a comic strip character. Let's see if it's one of the ones that I do. That wasn't a comic character, that was a cartoon. Cartoons off the telly. I don't do cartoons off the telly. I do comic strips, you know, one picture after another on a page. Name me another. That's it. Yes, I have worked for Marvel Comics. Go on, name me another Marvel comic character. Oh, well, that was quite good. Somebody actually remembered Doctor Strange. Yes, I worked on Doctor Strange. He's in the film, played by Benedict Cumberbatch. I've met him. He stole my socks. I'll tell you the story if there was time, but there isn't. We've only got half an hour. Usually I'd be working with you for hours on end. I'd come into your school, I'd come into your library, I'd come into your arts centre, and we'd be doing this for 2 hours or longer. But we've only got half an hour, so let's do this quickly. There you go. That's what Doctor Strange looked like when I was working on the artwork, and there is that original artwork for those Doctor Strange comics. I'm most famous, though. Most famous for working on this comic here. Who reads Beano? Who calls it Beano and who calls it The Beano? Yeah, for about 80 years it was called The Beano, and for the last 4 years it's been called Beano. But either way, it's all the same comic, and I do quite a lot of writing. I write things like Banana Man. I write stories for other people to draw. You'll find them in the annuals, but unfortunately in the annuals they don't tell you that I've written them, but I have. And when I write and draw them, this is an example from a few years ago where I write and draw the whole story, and what I do is I hide my name in the background so that people will know it's me. There you go, there's my name, Kev F. That's me. Hello, Kev F, hidden down there, and I've hidden my name in this one. Can you see it? My name hidden above the shops. Can you spot K-E-V-F, Kev F, hidden above the shops? There it is. There's Kev F written above the shops right there. And then I've hidden it. Can you see it? What's hidden there? It's hidden somewhere in that picture. K-E-V-F. There's my name hidden on the brick wall. It's hidden up there. There's my name hidden there. And it's pathetic, really, isn't it? Hiding your name all over the place so that kids will become fans of your work. But it works. It truly does. And just to prove it's me, that's what it looks like when it's printed in the Beano. That is what it looks like when I drew it. And that is the way we're going to be working today. We're going to be working in pencil so we can make mistakes and rub things out. Have you all got a pencil? If you haven't got a pencil, pause real time. You actually make actual time stop if you do that, but you can do. And have we all got paper? Just a few sheets of A4 paper. That's all we need to do our comic art masterclass today. Staccato. I'm talking staccato. I don't know why. Yes, get a piece of paper, a few pieces of paper, get a pencil. If you can get them, a black felt tip pen would be the perfect thing to finish your artwork off so that it would look neat and professional, just like this. Because what we're going to do is every single one of us is going to create our own brand new comic strip characters. And then I'm going to show you how you can take those characters and put them into a comic strip story. And then we're going to be producing an entire comic book, which, if we printed it, would look like these. These are classes I've done with schools and kids all over the country, all over the world. I've done this in Germany, I've done this in Romania, I've done this in Abu Dhabi and Jordan, would you believe? This group called their comic Gobble Gobble Turkey. This group called their comic Don't Mind the Dead Bodies in My Basement. Okay, I've worked with some very strange kids over the years, haven't I? They called theirs I Cannot Find My Pants. And inside, there's a comic strip by every single person in the class. There you go. There's the comic strips they've produced, but you're going to do something even better than that, aren't you? Aren't you? I can't hear you. You're going to do something better than that, aren't you? That's what I'm talking about. We're going to create our characters. I'll show you how easy it is to put them into a comic strip. And there on the back is a drawing of every single one of their hideous faces. Now, there's the question. Can I see you? Can I see you well enough to draw your faces? Well, you're going to find out. You're going to find out because I'm going to have a go at drawing your faces and then we'll see. Then we'll see. Right, so the first important question of the session is that anyone here who thinks they can't draw? Put your hands up if you think you can. That's far too many hands. Put your hands down. Oh, honestly, absolutely anybody can draw absolutely anything, and I'm going to prove that to you now. Take your first sheet of A4 paper, please. Get your sheet of A4 paper and fold it in half. Fold it in half down the middle like that, and then flatten it back out again. So you've got a piece of paper and it's got a little bit of a crease in it there. Now, I'm going to do this in pen. You do this in pencil, please. Copy along with me. Grab your pencil and copy along with me. In the top half of your page, draw me a circle. About there, about that size, draw me a circle. Okay, now let's put a dot in there. Put a dot in the middle of the circle. Have you done that? Okay, show it to the camera. Show me what you've done. That's fantastic. What have you just drawn? Imagine we're beginning the process by filling the page with the drawing of a character. What have you just drawn? It could be a donut. Yes, we could do a story about a big bloke walking into a shop, eating, filling himself with donuts. Picture number one, you've got a man outside the shop with a thought bubble saying, "Oh, I love the donuts." And in picture number two, we could see his hand reaching towards a donut. And picture number three, his donuts, he's stuffing like 50 donuts at a time into his mouth. There's a big blur of hands and spit and crumbs. And then the next picture, he looks down at his big belly as it goes rumble, rumble, swell, swell. And then the next picture could just be a zigzag picture as it goes bang, explodes, splat. And the final picture, the whole room is full of fat man's guts and bits of donut. That'd be an amazing story. All the time you're creating your characters, I want you to think what could happen when you put them into a story. So that could be a donut, it could be a clock face. Yes, you could do a story about somebody at the top of a clock tower who lives in a clock tower and comes out with no time for crime. Or it could be an eyeball. You could create an alien. Aliens are brilliant fun. And you could have an eyeball on a stalk and its body could be a big lump of bogey and suddenly you've invented an alien. Okay, get your pencil. Draw me another circle with another dot in it, just slightly overlapping the first one. Have you done that? Right, now let's see how well you do the letters of the alphabet. Everybody can do the letters of the alphabet. Let's have a letter C, touching there and curving round. Have you done that for me? Easy peasy. Now, let's have a capital L. Nice big capital L joining onto the letter C. You should be nearly at the fold of your page by now. Now let's have a vertical line going straight down from the middle. Can you do that? I've gone over the edge of the page there, over the fold in the page there. Right, now let's see if you can do a backwards letter C. This will be slightly harder. A backwards letter C floating in midair over there like that. Can you do that? And then we've got a vertical line coming straight down from the bottom. Can you do that for me now? Now, do me a vertical line going straight up from the top. Can you do that for me now? Go on. You can do it. And let's have a vertical line going straight up from there. Now, saw the bottom off there like that. And let's have a zigzag line joining up those two lines. A zigzag line like the top of a party hat. Have you done that? Show it to the camera. Show me what you've done. You see, you've done an absolutely perfect Bart Simpson, because absolutely anybody can draw absolutely anything. You just don't have to be afraid of keeping it simple. I know some of you have got a sophisticated and advanced style of drawing, in which case, show off. Show me what you can do. But if you don't think you're the best artist in the room, don't be afraid of keeping it simple. I get some people in my classes and they'll say things like, "I can't draw a body, I can just draw stick figures." Come on, if you can do the letters of the alphabet and you can do a letter C and an I and an I and an I and a C and a C and a C and an I, C, C, I. You've drawn Bart Simpson. And all you've done is a load of C's and I's. Where's his other hand? He's scratching his bum, don't ask. Point is, it can be simple if you keep it simple. I mean, when I'm doing my characters in the Beano, all I do to do my characters in the Beano is I do a great big baked bean. You see, some people think they can't draw a face. Just draw a baked bean. And then the eyes come where? Tell me, where do the eyes come on a face? At the top of the head? What, you have your eyes up there, do they? Well, you could have eyes at the top of your head if you wanted. You could have eyes coming out of your bottom. I wouldn't mind. But on a realistic face? Where do the eyes come on a realistic face? Tell me. Shout it out. Where do they... That's right, they come in the middle. Slap bang in the middle of your face. If you do your eyes there, it leaves room for your brain, you see. There's your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, your hair. Shall I make this person scared or angry? Hands in the air for scared. Hands in the air for angry. Angry wins, does it? Right. Wow. Now, some people would be trying to draw that. Be trying to draw a simple angry face like that. And they'll go like this. They'll go... "Oh, sir, it's gone wrong. Looks like someone's been hit on the head with a lift. Can't I have another piece of paper and start again? I say to them, no, have faith in yourself, have confidence, try drawing the hair, see what happens. And they try drawing the hair and they do a line with a parting in it and they go, oh sir, that's an insult to the word art. Can't I leap out of the window in shame and disgrace? I say, no, we're just on the ground floor. You're only going to twist your ankle. Don't waste my time and yours. Try drawing the eyes. And they try drawing the eyes and they do the eyes touching the side of the head, which is totally wrong, physically wrong. And then they miss out the nose, they miss out the ears, they do a mouth floating there. Instead of doing proper hair, they do a couple of nachos, and they've done a Powerpuff Girl. That's how they invented the Powerpuff Girls, by learning how to draw realistically like I do, then having a scribble and seeing what happens. And if you think you can't draw bodies, you can definitely draw bodies better than the bloke who invented the Powerpuff Girls. The bloke who invented the Powerpuff Girls, he said to his friend, I can't draw hands. His friend said, just do a stump, nobody will care. He said, I can't draw bodies. His friend said, just do a square, nobody will care. He said, I can't draw dresses and skirts. His mate said, just do a flared square, nobody will care. He said, I can't draw legs and feet. His friend said, weren't you listening when I told you about the stumps? Pay attention, boy. See, Powerpuff Girls are just made out of stumps and lumps. Probably rubbish at playing the piano, but they're dead easy to draw. I know you can do better than that, but if you wanted to keep it simple, you could start with simple shapes like this, and then you could give her realistic legs and big feet and a wooden leg. I've got a Powerpuff Girl with a wooden leg. It's so easy to do. I could give her a proper nose. A tick would be a good shape for a nose. I could give her some proper eyeballs, and then suddenly she fancies Bart Simpson. There you go. And if I wanted to, I could give her thumbs and fingers, and she could be holding something. What could she be holding? She's holding a gun pointing at Bart Simpson. No, don't shoot me. I'm going to shoot you, Bart Simpson. Bullet goes right the way through his face and out the back of his head. There you go. There is a Powerpuff Girl shooting Bart Simpson in the head. It's so easy to do. I know you can do better than that. But if you wanted to start with something just fall down on the wall behind me, just leave it there. It can't fall any further. It can actually fall further. If you want to draw simple shapes like that to begin your characters, when I'm doing my characters in the Beano, all I do is I take that simple baked bean and then I add a great big baked bean for a body. And then all you have to remember is that your legs come out of your pants, and if you're lucky you've got feet on the end. And I've drawn an ugly, angry person sat on the toilet. That's not what I meant to do. And let me see if I can just get another leg in there. That's more like it now. I've got somebody running along the street wearing, he's got a ribbon in his hair. There you go. Somebody with a ribbon in their hair. Now, where do the arms come? I'm going to move the pen up slowly. I want you to say stop when I get to the place where your arms come out of your body. Say it out loud. Say stop when I get to the place where well, your arms don't come out of your pants, do they? Further up than that. Where do the arms come? Well, they don't come out of the middle of your butt. Are you a Dalek? Are you a Tyrannosaurus Rex? No, your arms come up from further up than that. Where do they come? That's right. We've got the arms coming out of the shoulders there like that. And we can all draw hands, can't we? Nothing could be easier. The best way, obviously, would be to look at your own real hand there. Look at your own realistic hand and draw that in careful, minute detail. But if you want to keep it simple, if you just draw a circle, as long as you remember your thumbs come out the side and your fingers come out the end, thumbs out the side, fingers out the end, I've drawn a man in his pants running along the street about to karate chop someone in the head. Don't be afraid of copying. If you've got any comics in your house, I learnt to draw by copying from comics. And if you want to make your drawings even more realistic, here's a top tip. Never leave home without a naked man in your bag. Action figures are really useful to draw from. I started drawing from superheroes in comics, and then I would copy from my action figure, and that would turn into a realistic drawing. It can be the easiest thing in the world. Right, so begin. I would like you to take your piece of paper, brand new piece of paper, put away the Bart Simpson drawing now. You can finish that off if you like. I'll stick up on the wall behind me the drawings we've already done. I would like you to now fill the page with a drawing of a character. You could create a funny character, a scary character, a monster character, a realistic character. Let me just stick up Bart Simpson there on the wall. So if you want to know how to draw a Bart Simpson, it is that easy. Let me stick the Powerpuff Girl up here on the backdrop. If you want to draw a Powerpuff Girl body to begin with, it's that simple. If you want to take any comics, any books, any photos and start drawing from them, then don't be afraid of copying. Copying isn't cheating. Has anybody ever been told Don't copy things, just make it all up out of your head. See, that would be crazy. That would be like going into an English class and your teacher saying, you see the alphabet? Ignore it, make your own up. You couldn't, could you? You couldn't write words and sentences in books unless you'd first learnt what all the letters look like, and you can't draw anything out of your head until you've put it in your head in the first place. So, don't be afraid of copying, don't be afraid of finding reference. I'll stick the baked bean body up there, although nobody ever wants to draw the baked bean body. It's actually a bit rubbish. Anything you would like to know how to draw, ask me and I'll show you how. What's that you say? You'd like to know how to draw a cat? Who wants to know how to draw a cat? A horse? Who wants to know how to draw a horse? Cat or horse? Hands in the air who would prefer a cat. Hands in the air who would prefer a horse. Right, this is how we draw a cat. The best way to draw a cat would be to find reference, to find a realistic picture of a cat. Because if I was to just do a cat very, very simply, if I was to do a simple cartoon cat, yeah, you'd find that I had a simple cat nose and then a cat mouth, which looks a bit like a bum, and then I'd have the big vertical cat eyes there like that. Is that looking like a cat? That's the basis of a cat. And then I'd have my big cat ears there, big pointy cat ears there, some cat whiskers, and the rest of him would all be fur. It's all fur around the edge there. That's essentially what your big cat looks like. I mean, you could make your cat a little bit more realistic by having a couple of reflections in the eyes and then making the eyes big and round there like that. Is that looking a bit like a cat? And then you get evil cat eyebrows there and evil cat fangs there. So your cat's being evil and killer cat, and then its body could just be like that with a couple of legs and a big tail sticking up like that. Now, that would be a good enough way to draw a cat, but if you want to make a cat look realistic, let me Google a picture of a cat. This will involve a few boring seconds because I should really have thought of that in advance, but I didn't. So, let me find a picture of a cat. Nice little picture of a pussycat. Is that looking like a pussycat? Let me find a nice picture of a pussycat face. Okay, how's that for a picture of a cat? Shall I try drawing that? Okay, so if I'm trying to draw my realistic picture of a cat, I've got my cat there. First thing I would do is I would find my pencil, which I appear to have lost. Right, so I've got a pencil, and I would get this big cat head there. I can see his little cat nose is going to be there, his little cat mouth is going to be there, his little cat eyes are going to be there, and I'm going to see his big cat ears sticking up there like that. Now, you probably can't see what I've penciled just there because it's very, very faint. But now, if put my specs on this time. Top tip, if you need specs, do wear them. Then I'm going to use a slightly finer pen. There you go. Is this looking like anything more like a cat's nose and mouth? Let's see the proportion of his eyes, round eyes, nice black shadow around them. I'm seeing that reflection in the eyes, and then the vertical shape of the slit in the eyes there like that, and then and frankly, I'm wasting far too much of the time because we only have half an hour together, so let me just very quickly finish off my cat picture. There you go. Your ultimate lesson is if you want to make a drawing look more realistic, you take longer about it than that. Drawn in about 30 seconds, that's what a drawing of a cat would look like. Now, what we're going to do together is that we're going to come up with the title for our group comic book. The comic book that we would stick all of our stories into. I will eventually draw this and then I will colour it and it will be emailed or it'll be available to you. It'll be on Twitter, it'll be on Facebook, and you can get it by email. So, you are my class of 6 to 9-year-olds and this is going to be the front cover of our group comic. Just like those comics I've done with other schools. But what are we going to call it? Okay, now I can't hear you, but I can feel the vibes from when you make a decision. So we're going to come up with right, to begin with the title. You see, other groups have given theirs titles like Big Fat Dramatic Llama, and this group called theirs My Grandma is in the Army. They called theirs Crack. They called theirs Hang On, Why Am I Running? They called theirs We're Running Out of Nappies. They called theirs Smart Person Ran Off a Cliff. So we're going to take that sort of principle to make it up. So I want to begin with a name. Somebody shout out a name for somebody who could be on this comic. Donald Trump. Okay, brilliant. First suggestion, Donald Trump. So we've got Donald Trump, and who else could we have? Somebody who could star in this. Your mum. Okay, Donald Trump or your mum. Hands in the air who would prefer Donald Trump. Hands in the air who would prefer your mum. Your mum wins. So we've got your mum. Now, I want a verb, a doing word, like running or jumping or flying or throwing, and then we're going to put it into the past tense to do the front cover. So give me a word, give me a painting. Okay, we've got painting and sitting. Okay, painting and sitting. So my mum painted, or my mum sat on. Hands in the air who would like our comic to begin my mum painted something. Hands up who would prefer my mum sat on something. My mum sat on, I think I could see that one coming. My mum sat on, think, right, give me a place. It could be a room, it could be a city, it could be a building, it could be a part of the house. Give me a place. Shout out now the name of a place. Paris, okay. My bedroom. Okay, we're going to choose between my bedroom, that's the words my bedroom, meaning your bedroom, my bedroom or Paris. Hands in the air who prefer Paris in the title of our comic. Hands in the air who prefer my bedroom. My bedroom wins, which means our comic is going to be called My Mum Sat on My Bedroom. Well done you. Here is the front cover of our comic, and now I shall just begin drawing the front cover for My Mum Sat on My Bedroom while you produce your drawings. Keep drawing your characters now. What I've done, you probably can't see it because it's quite faint in the pencil, but what I've done is I've penciled a line at the top and the bottom of the words, and you can see my mum goes along the top there, and then it'll say sat on. My mum sat on my bedroom. And what should I draw on the front cover of My Mum Sat on My Bedroom? Your mum sitting on your bedroom. Okay, I'll draw your mum sitting on your bedroom. I'll do that in a little while, but I won't waste your time watching me draw that, because that is not a good use of our time. We've already had 23 minutes, which means we've got 7 minutes left. 7 minutes in which, first of all, I'm going to try and draw your faces. So, get right up close to the camera. Get right up close to the camera and let me see if I can draw your face. Right, get right up close to that camera. Let me see, okay, put your face straight towards me so I can see your nose, okay, and then straight towards me so I can see your eyes, and then straight towards me so I can see your mouth. And then let's see if I can see your ears, and let me see both of your ears, and then can I see your hair? There you go. Is that what you look like? Have I got a perfect likeness of you? Haven't I? Doesn't it look perfectly like you? Oh, well, I'm awfully sorry. Top tip though, that's how you can draw absolutely any character in the Beano. All you have to do is get a great big Beano nose, and then a circle, a circle and a circle, and you have drawn the Bash Street Kids, you have drawn Minnie the Minx, you have drawn the start of Calamity James. Almost all of the characters begin like that. However, if you want to know how to draw a realistic face, here is a simple way of doing it. Look at the face of the person you're trying to draw, and I can actually see on the Zoom screen, I can actually see my face. So you see my face there. I'm going to begin by looking at my nose, and looking at my nose I can see my 2 nostrils. I've begun with my nostrils. You can do the same if you're trying to draw someone yourself. I can see my nostrils, and then I can see the shape of the side of my nose. It's not very many lines, is it? But I've also already drawn what I think looks a bit like a nose. Now, I'm going to get that shape there. It's not a drop of bogey. It's called your philtrum, that line that goes between your nose and your mouth. And then I'm going to draw my mouth closed. I know, hard to imagine me with my mouth closed, isn't it? In fact, I'm going to draw him with my mouth open because even I can't picture me with my mouth closed, and while I'm talking I've got my mouth open. So I have drawn top lip, bottom lip, thickness of the top lip, thickness of the bottom lip, and I've got my teeth in there. Does it look like that's what I look like, isn't it? Then I think I've got yes, sort of smiley lines on the side of my nose. So I'm putting in there those as well to make me look like I've got an older, wrinkled face. Very old, very wrinkled face. That's what you get when you just hang around for a few years. Now, the eyes. Let's see if I can do my eyes. What I do when I do the eyes is I tend to just draw the top of the eye. I don't tend to draw the bottom of the eye. And then I've got the pupil of my eye, which is just a circle. Absolutely anybody can draw a circle. And then I can see a reflection in the eye, which is just another circle. Anybody can draw a circle. And then I can see the iris of the eye, which is just another circle that I fill in solid black there, like that. And then I can see the eyelid. I can see the eyebrow. And then I'm going to get the side of my face going in there like that. Quite a long face I've got there, with a little bit of shape around my chin bit there. I can see one ear up there. I can see one ear up there. Of course, in the screen that I'm looking at, I see myself as if I'm in a mirror. So my hair will be back to front compared to your view of my hair. But there is me with my shirt and my braces. I'm not claiming it's the best likeness that anybody has ever done of a face, but that is how easy it is to do. Now, if I had the whole 2 hours with you, I would take the drawings that you've created now. I'd be looking at your drawings, which I'd love to be able to do now, and I can show you very simply how to take those drawings and put them into a comic strip story. I'm actually doing another video for Waltham Forest, which I'm working with the older kids, aged 8 to 11. If you get the chance to look at those, if you've got an older brother or sister, have a look at their video and you'll be able to get their part of the lesson where they see how to take the characters and put them into a comic strip story. But if you read comics, you'll very quickly pick up the technique. It's one picture after another telling a story, and the more you read comics, the more you'll understand how easy it is to do. We've already seen how simple it is to create characters. We've seen how much fun randomly it can be to come up with a title for a group comic. You've seen how easily you could draw a face. So I hope you're going to carry on using these techniques and draw all summer, draw for the rest of your life. It is so easy. My name's Kev F. I'm now going to get busy finishing off the front cover of My Mum Sat on My Bedroom, and you'll see that finished thing in a very short while. And that would be the front cover of my mum sat on my bedroom, all created by you, all drawn by me, as part of the Waltham Forest Holiday Activity Programme in association with Grape Entertainers. If anybody's got any more questions, go to or email info@grapeentertainers.co.uk and they'll be able to give you more of the stuff you've been enjoying. Thank you for working with me. Look at what you've created. Show me your artwork. Show your artwork. Hold it all up to the camera. Brilliant. 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 Rubbish. Brilliant. Brilliant. It wasn't rubbish. It wasn't rubbish. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Thank you for having me. My name's Kev. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.